So we're going to be doing the Triangle Sum Theorem, and I am in my algebra view of my perspectives in Geogebra, and I'm going to start by removing my axes and creating a triangle to show what this means. I'm going in the counterclockwise direction, and I'm going to just change my color. Now, the Triangle Sum Theorem is what we're showing. First we're going to show it and then we're going to prove it. The triangle sum theorem says for any triangle the sum of the interior angles is 180 degrees. So if I click the angle tool I can measure these. I'm going to change my options to 0 decimal points. There sometimes is a rounding error, but let's check to see if this is true. So if I have 82 plus 46 plus 52, that adds up to 180 degrees. I can move on any of these vertices and this still will be true. So let's work on proving this today. I'm actually, for right now, I'm going to just remove these just temporarily so while I do the proof. I'm going to be doing this proof, doing a 2-column proof, and there is a flow chart, the 2-column and the paragraph, but I choose to do the 2-column proof. For these proofs, you start with statements here, and you write down reasons here, or you could write justifications. The first line of every proof is what's given. So we are given triangle ABC. And what's really great about Geogebra is I can move these around and make it look a little neater. The first thing I want to do is I want to label these angles 1, 2, and 3. And let's clearly state what we're trying to prove. We're trying to prove the measure of angle 1 plus the measure of angle 2 plus the measure of angle 3 equals 180 degrees. This is what we're proving. And the first thing we're going to do this proof is we're going to make a construction. And we're going to construct a line through A parallel to the base. It should say point IA parallel to BC. So let's do that. We have the tools here, parallel line tool. It select point and a parallel line. A, and this is the line. I'm going to mark this, and I'm actually going to put some points on this. I put a point here and a point there. These are J and K. We know that the measure of angle JAK is 180 degrees, and that is because of a definition of a straight angle. So that's a good start. Now we're going to use the angle addition postulate. And the angle addition postulate says, well, we're going to put numbers on these. You can label as angle JAB, but I'm just going to put numbers just because I feel like it. And so the measure of angle 4 plus the measure of angle 1. It's easier to do numbers than just to do letters, but I do both at different times. The measure of angle 5 equals 180 degrees, and that's the angle addition postulate. So let's go to the next line. Because this adds up to 180 degrees and this is 180 degrees, we can substitute and say that the sum of these angles is 180 degrees. They're on a straight line, they all add up to 180 degrees. So we're going to call that's because of substitution. We're going to say that the measure of angle 4 plus the measure of angle 1 plus the measure of angle 5 equals 180 degrees. So we're getting there. Alright, this is when we're using alternate interior angles. Well, where are our alternate interior angles? Well, let me mark them. Because we have this line is parallel, this would work as a transversal. We can say that this angle is alternate in angle to that angle too. 4 is equal to 2. Similarly, these two are alternate interior angles as well because AC racks is a transversal. So let's write that down. So we're going to use the M's for the measures. Measure of angle 4 is equal to the measure of angle 2, and the measure of angle 5 equals the measure of angle, these are congruent angles, 3. Now we're going to substitute. Instead of using a 4 here, we can substitute that with a 2. Instead of using a 5 here, we can substitute with an angle 3. So this is what we're going to do in the last line. It's really fun, is write down substitution. And what we're doing is, instead of using an angle 4, we're substituting it for angle 2. Instead of 5, because 5 is equal to 3, we're substituting 3. So let's write that down. We can say that the measure of angle of, instead of 4, we're going to 2, plus the measure of angle instead of, well, we'll keep that as 1, plus the measure of angle instead of 5, we're putting 3, equals 180 degrees. This is what we're proving. Our last line, we're just going to put in a pound sign because we're finished. Thank you for watching.